Hi, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be making legs for the coffee table that I'm going to make. I'm going to be using these 3x2s. I'm going to measure it all up on the upturned coffee table outside, and I'm going to basically have 4 legs equal size obviously, and then 4 braces are going to go across, and then another 4 braces that go across the other way. So 16 pieces of wood in total. So it should be fairly straightforward to do. Let's see how it goes. Each leg is going to be 18 inches. I'm going to mark and cut. Where I've marked, I'm making sure the wood is in exactly the right position, so that tooth is right on the mark, and then I'll clamp it all up and then cut it. Okay, that's 4 legs cut at 18 inches, and now I'm going to cut the other 4 bits that are just going to go across it. And then once I've cut everything, I'm going to sand it all down and make it quite smooth, get all these gnarly bits off, and then I'm going to be painting it with a white wash. So now for the next bit. These are the 4 legs, and these are the 4 braces for the 4 legs. Now to measure the bits that go across. Rough. Smooth. Okay, let's sort the edges out. Okay, that's them all sanded nice and smooth now, and I've rounded the edges. What I'm going to do now is give it a whitewash, just with some really watered down white emulsion. Instead of sealing it, I'm going to do that. I might reseal it after whitewashing it with some Danish oil, but let's see what it comes up like. Paint. They're just drying now. The wood grain's really popped out. I've marked the legs out now. What I've done here is I've marked this one 2 centimetres down and then 3.5 centimetres down. and then I've offset slightly so that I can then drill some holes down here. So I've done that 3 centimetres and then 5.5 centimetres down that way. So it's going to be up the other way essentially. So that's going to go across there like that. This other one is going to go across this way. I've had to offset these so that they don't foul each other. So I'm going to be using timber bolts to go through there and there. So these are 6.7 by 150mm timber screws. They're basically 8mm thick. And I'm going to be drilling through using a 6mm wood screw. And then I'm going to be drilling part the way through with a 10mm, so I can then countersink these. I've set my drill up with the hex attachment. I'll start by drilling the holes that I've marked up. I'm starting with a 10mm drill bit, and I'm just going to drill part the way through. And then for demonstration purposes, that's a 6mm one that I'll just drill through then. And then the hex screw will be screwed into there and attached to the wood behind. Okay, I'm going to drill all the holes now with the 10mm drill bit. That's all the 10mm holes drilled now. Now for the 6mm drill bit. Start with the hex drill bit and the hex screws. I'm going to start with the ends. One done. One done. Next one to be done. Okay, that's it pretty much together. I've got a lot of tidying up to do because the wood has split slightly with the timber bolts going through into it. And then what I'm going to do is put a couple of braces at the bottom which will help then to bring it in line. And also it will end up being a bit like a coffee table, which is meant to be, where you can put magazines and things underneath it. Okay, that's the frame together. I'm just going to fill the holes. I'm going to fill these holes. Okay, those timber bolt holes are now filled and I've sanded them down and it's ready just for another coat of white paint. I'll probably just do a light coat again, see what it looks like, and then I'll probably sand it down again afterwards. So it's nearly finished. Let's see how that bit goes.
This bit hasn't filled very well, so I'm going to sort it out. I might even fill the gaps here with a flexible filler. Let's try that, see what it's like. Okay, let's fill that gap there. I'm just using flexible filler. And then a damp cloth to wipe the edges. Okay, I've turned the table leg base upside down and put it onto my workbench, and I'm now going to drill the holes to secure the top on them. So I've just measured out to make sure they're as close as I can to that end, but without fouling the timber bolts that have come through. I've put a bit of tape around my drill, and that's how far I'm going to drill down. This is what I'm going to use as a countersink, and that's the screw I'm going to be using. Now I'm going to drill with the 4mm drill bit. Okay, that's the holes drilled. I had to drill the edge ones on a slight angle.
Turned out pretty well in the end, that coffee table. The only thing I think I would have done differently is instead of using filler, I probably would have used dowels. Wooden dowels would have looked a bit nicer, and then just made those flush with the wood, because the filler has actually shrunk slightly and it's caused a bit of a concave look, which is not brilliant. And then I think I would have put some biscuits in this bit here as well. There's a slight gap in there, but overall it's not too bad. I think next time what I'd do before gluing is to get it all set up and then glue it all together and push it together. But you'd have to be quite quick so the glue doesn't set. The legs have warped in a couple of places, so I knew all my measurements were exact, so it should have pulled it all square, but there's a leg that's slightly bowed out. I mean, it is wood after all, and it's going to move, so apart from that, it's pretty good. So that's how you can make a homemade coffee table out of recycled bits of wood. So try it yourself. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for some more DIY videos.